говорю, возле костра сразу же им пизда будет. Так, потом что? Спальники. Однозначно будете спать, где придется. Спальники однозначно. Плюс туристические коврики или замена. Ну поняли, да, все? Это все свое, мальчишки. Вам форму, все, что армия. Вам броню, вот это все, что касаемо военного. Этого ничего нет. Наших мужиков мы сами все укомплектовали. По медицине тоже. От срачки, то есть лапирамиды, перекись водорода обязательно. Жгуты. У меня на вас на всех жгутов не хватит. Мы мужиков...
Нету жгутов, собирал.
А?
Нету в аптеках жгутов, все, нету.
Родственники пусть. Аптечки, блядь, с этих, как его, автомобильные. Автомобильные аптечки потрошите, берите оттуда жгуты. Так, мужики, только не ржать. Жен, девушек, матерей просите, прокладки.
Сапоги?
Самые дешевые прокладки, плюс самые дешевые тампоны. Тампоны знаете для чего?
Нет. Кровь останавливает. Откуда?
Пулевое ранение, прям туда вводите и все. Он начинает разбухать и придавливать стенки. Мужики, я это еще с Чечни знаю. Прокладки обязательно, ну дешевенькие. Понятно? Вам туда все сгодится, сейчас сырая погода. У меня там мои друзья, мои товарищи. То есть вот эту всю информацию нам скидывают это. По возможности, ребята, то-то, то-то, этого, это, медицина. Мужики, сами о себе позаботьтесь, пожалуйста.
So I don't know how many Ukrainian soldiers follow me, but what this woman is telling these soldiers is absolutely incorrect. Don't use tampons to close up bullet wounds. They neither have the coverage nor the pressure to stop the bleeding from a bullet wound. In fact, they will cause more problems because tampons draw the blood out. The blood that comes from menstruation is not the same type of blood that comes out of a bullet wound. That's a catastrophic event. A tampon is not going to help. If you have a wound to the extremities or you get shot in the extremities, a tourniquet. Also, we used to have these things called, we called them Israeli bandages. I don't know if they're called that still, but if you Google it, you can find them. I think they sell them on Amazon. Israeli bandages. Those are things that'll help way more than a tampon. Tampons, that's so dumb. That's such a myth, and I'm astonished that actually I'm not astonished that the Russians buy into that kind of shit. If you're shot in the stomach, not a lot you can do. Get medical help as fast as you can. There's just a lot going on in there. If you're shot in the chest, if it doesn't hit you in the heart, which is obviously you're dead, but if you get hit in the chest cavity, look up a chest wound kit on Amazon. They're like $15 for a sucking chest wound. That is the thing that will kill you more so than the bullet going through your lung. There's not a whole lot of like blood that'll take place in there, but what'll happen is you'll have air push into the cavity and it'll collapse your lungs. You need a sucking chest wound kit. You have to Google that. Basically, you put a patch over it. There's a valve. You twist the valve, air comes out, and you can breathe again. If you've ever seen the movie Three Kings, I think is what it was, they show kind of a version of that, a sucking chest wound kit. But your biggest friend, and I know they don't have any, you can improvise a stick and a shirt, things like that. Your biggest friend is always going to be a tourniquet when it comes to an extremity hit, when it comes to shrapnel or bullet. You torque it down until the bright red blood stops bleeding. There's always going to be some kind of bleeding. There's going to be usually, but if it's just dark red blood bleeding out, you'll be okay. If it's bright red, that means it's oxygenated and you need to apply more pressure to the tourniquet, and you need to apply so much pressure that it seems like it's too much. You would rather have them lose the limb than lose their life. And the reality is you want to put it obviously above the wound, but you try to put it above the wound, below the joint, so they can maintain their joint if they do happen to lose that extremity. So don't use tampons. Just a PSA to the Ukrainians and to anyone who's fighting in this war, any war. But if you're Russian, by all means, keep using tampons. They work super good.